The feels seem so much more familiar this time around, don't they? What is up, YouTube? I am Nintendo Man 64, bringing you another playthrough of another game. It seems like I'm going in for a retro time for the next few months, isn't it? What, with Super Mario 64 DS going on in JD's memory, I figured, why don't we go all retro, all the way back, and let's do an action replay of a project that, quite frankly, I really didn't think needed one for a while. That being the illustrious Pokemon game that is Pokemon Platinum. Now this time around, there's more of a sort of challenge for me this time around. It's similar challenge to the one that we got in Pokemon Emerald, so like when I did the action replay of Pokemon Emerald. So in essence, I'm going to try to build a team that's better than Emerald while being more descriptive about the game, the Pokemon, and how things work in the game. I'm not going to skip as much stuff. I'm going to try to do as much stuff in this game as humanly possible until I run out of things to do. Let me rephrase that. Until I run out of time, basically, to work on this. Because, in essence, I don't want to run two giant projects at the same time. So, basically, once I get up to my next big project, this will all stop. So, first, let's get back into this game. Hello there, it's so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. The stereotypical old man that knows everything about Pokemon. Except Birch. He was just stupid and got jumped by raccoons. My name is Rowan. However, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. Why do you, Oak, Elm, and... whatever. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? Oh, fuck no. This is like... If you count action replays, this is like... number 35 or something. If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. Bitch, please, I don't need no advice. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Here, I have a Pokeball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokeball, if you'd please. Sure, why not? We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times, we play together, and at other times, we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. And by some, I mean the vast majority. What do? I conduct research so that we may learn more about Pokemon. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Are you a boy? Or are you a girl? Sorry, I just hate Dawn. I gotta stick with the guy this time. And besides, the DT thing, that was a one-time thing. I don't think I need to change that up again. I should technically put N-Man here, but Mikey works too. So you might be thinking it's a literal action replay, but no, it's not. Your name is Mikey? Yes. Okay, so you're Mikey. A fine name, that is. Now this boy here, I believe he's your friend. I have no friends. I don't know who he is. I've never seen... Why would I name him Barry? Or Nolan? Or Roy? Or Gavin? Now we're gonna be more polite here. And since I did Panda last time around, when we still called him Shroomy, I think we're going to go for Mark here. He's definitely going to be surprised when he sees that he is my rival, Mark Leota. Alright, Mikey, the time has come. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you will discover many things. Perhaps even something about yourself. Is this where I got that from? I swear to God, I've not known where I've done that from. And I've done it in like every Let's Play I've done. Maybe, just maybe, learn something about your Hiccup. Wow. I cannot say anything correctly today. Whatever. Now go on. Leap into the world of Pokemon. Let us shrink down. So I can beat Chibi Mikey. In the Sinnoh region this time. But first a TV break. Pokemon are by our side always. I hope you will understand the meaning of those words. That was the comment left by Professor Rowan, who has returned to Sinnoh from the Kanto region. Apparently, him and Oak were looking for husks of corn. That concludes our special program. Let's ask Prof. Rowan. Why are you guys calling everyone profs? You know, it's a really mean thing to call people. Brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week, same time, same channel. Same bat time, same bat place. Mark, you don't know where I live. Why are you here? You know I live in New York. That's about it. Hey, Mikey, did you just see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Oh, hey, is this a new PC? Where was I? Oh, right. We're gonna go see Professor Rowan and get some Pokemon. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Mikey, if you're late, I'm finding you 10 million Poké Dollars, which is like $3.50 in real money. Alright, first things first. Let's fix this to fast speed. And let's get a much more fancy type of frame. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Let's go. The X button opens up the menu. No shit, I had to figure that out on my own. Are you a better mom than Deetsy's mom was? Mikey, Mark already left. I don't know what it was about, but he was sure in a hurry. Very typical. Don't mind, though. Oh, what do you want now, Mom? Don't go into the tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... Well, take care, sweetie. What, do you tell me this every fucking day, Mom? Stop reminding me that I'm 10 and I don't have Pokemon yet! Oh, well. It feels good to be back in the Sinnoh region. What do you say, stereotypical fat man? Technology just blows me away! I mean, now you can play with people around the world! Wirelessly! No. It's not worth it. What the hell? Oh, I forgot I set it to the joystick. And yes, I'm actually playing with a remote this time. Thanks to Kingdom Hearts Days, now I can't get the thing to not recognize my controller. It's true that wild Pokemon do attack people sometimes, but Pokemon also open their hearts to you so you can become friends. They are not my friends, they are my weapons of war! Mark's house. I'm coming to your house for pancakes, Mark! What was that about? Oh, hey, Mikey. Hey, I'm going to see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Oh, geez, forgot something. So do I wait for him, or do I follow him inside? Hello, Mrs. Mark! Mark's mom. She doesn't even get a name. It's just Mom and Mark's mom. Oh, hi, Mikey. Are you looking for Mark? He was gone for a second, but then he came running back home. He just can't stay still, that boy. I wonder who he takes after. Clearly not you, because you stand the fuck still. I better take my bag and journal, too. Oh, hey, Mikey. I'll be waiting on the road. It's a $10 million fine if you're late. Whatever. Mikey don't give no fucks. Mikey don't give no shits. Too slow. Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. What? Don't go into the grass, right? No worries, no problem. Doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one. I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So what you do is you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. If we just keep dashing, we can get to Sand Gem Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Okay, here goes. On your marks. Hold it! I need a good voice for Professor Rowan. I want to do Christopher Lee, but I don't feel like doing Christopher Lee the whole time. Let's see. We'll go British, though. He seems like he'd be a British dude. You two don't seem to have any Pokemon with you. Then what is the meaning of going into the tall grass? I'm stupid. I am also stupid, apparently. And I'm just stupid. Hey, Mikey, this old guy. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here? They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? Their world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you? Of course I do. I wouldn't be doing my third action replay, technically, if I didn't. Me too. I love Pokemon too. I will ask you once again. You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you? What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. We'll both answer 100 times we love Pokemon. Right, Mikey? Well, of course. A pair of reckless kids who would foolishly try to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own? Well, let's be fair. It was just Mark. I didn't do anything wrong. It worries me what people like that will do with Pokemon. Well, then forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all. Exclamation point! How big of you? Very well, then. I will entrust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. I make no promises! Now then. Now where? Bitch, Dawn, come over here! Professor Rowan, you left your briefcase at the lake. The magically appearing briefcase. Or the disappearing reappearing briefcase. Shut up. Oh, is something wrong here? Ah, there it is, Dawn. Nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon. Pardon? Those two Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away? We exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There is a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon. Really? Professor Rowan, I can't believe it. I'm so happy now that I can't keep a straight face. Hey, Mikey, you can choose first. Hey, I'm practically a grown-up. I have to show some class here. Alright. Time for our starter. We have 3 wonderful options. Our first option is Turtwig! Turtwig is a grass-type Pokemon. But first, I completely forgot what I was supposed to talk about first. This is no longer Gen 3. This is not your older brother, older sister's Pokemon generation. Gen 4 introduced a new gimmick to the Pokemon franchise. A gimmick that will remain forever and has since become one of the biggest, most important things that could ever be put in the history of things. The physical special split. Now, with this physical special split that has occurred, we now have a ton of new capabilities for Pokemon. Pokemon that were originally not that useful have suddenly become more useful. and Pokemon that were previously really useful, not so much this time around. That's only Sceptile. Poor Sceptile. But anyway, we are not using Sceptile because Sceptile is not a choice in this game. The perfect example of this physical special split is Turtwig. Turtwig is a physical attacking grass-type Pokemon. Ordinarily, you'd think that that's not a particularly good thing. But when you think about it, if it has the stats to be able to do damage-dealing moves such as Razor Leaf, or in the case of this generation's introduction of Wood Hammer, Turtwig can become a very dangerous Pokemon. Not only that, but when it fully evolves, it attains a ground subtype, which doesn't really do it much benefits for defense, but for offense, it is enormous. So now you get same type attack bonuses for moves like Wood Hammer and Earthquake, which can definitely help out and makes Turtwig one of the best, if not the best, of the three choices when it comes to utilizing the physical special split. Unfortunately, I used Turtwig in the last time I played this game, so no grass-type Pokemon this time around. Our second choice is Chimchar, the monkey Pokemon. Chimchar is a pure fire type, but it will eventually become a fire and fighting type. Ordinarily, you would think, oh great, so it's another Torchic clone, so it'll evolve into Blaziken, and it'll be good attack-wise. Nah. Not necessarily. Chimchar is both the fastest fire and fastest fighting types in the game. Not only that, but it's got great attack stats all around, and it can do pretty lethal damage with them. I will say one thing, though, when it comes to Chimchar. It's going to be a little difficult to use early on, just like Charmander was in the original game and in the remakes of Fire Red and Leaf Green. Mostly because the first gym, obviously, Chimchar is not going to be useful for, unless you drastically level it up to reach its second evolved form, which does gain the fighting subtype. So, if you're going to use Chimchar, use him with caution. Last up is Piplup. Piplup is a pure water type. It will eventually evolve into a water steel type. And it is your typical water type, with one exception. While it is very bulky, most water types don't tend to be the best special attackers. This was the case with Blastoise, it was the case with Feraligatr, and it is the case with Swampert as well. Piplup sort of broke the mold, and it gained one of if not the best special attack stat of any starter Pokemon throughout this game, with the possible exception of Espeon if you count the Colosseum and XD series, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we will eventually. I promise, my lovelies. Piplup is a great Pokemon to use. The only real issue with Piplup is... Actually, there really isn't much of an issue with Piplup. The one thing I would say, and it's even the most minutest of minute errors on the behalf of Piplup, is the fact that its middle stage, when it evolves into Prinplup, it's not really the best. It struggles to stand out on its own, and in many cases, you'd have to teach it moves to really help it stand out. Luckily for us, the Surf HM is not too difficult to obtain in this game. It's just, it comes very, very late. So if you're looking to use a Pokemon that can utilize Surf really early, really well, Piplup is not your guy. So, with those three options in front of you, who are you going to choose? I chose Turtwig my first time, so as I said before, I can't use it. So that gives me Fire and Water. Chimchar or Piplup. And I ran through both of these Pokemon, and I came up with great teams for both of these Pokemon. So it really became sort of a double-edged sword of what would be the most, of what I felt, which Pokemon I felt deserved the most love, at least when it came from me. And when it came down to it, there was only one option. Chimchar. And naturally, because he's Mark, he picks a Pokemon that I'm weakest to, and he picks Piplup. Very well. Both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Wow, I'm bringing my Eldstar voice back. Oh well, fine. We'll stick with the Eldstar then. Now listen well. The Pokemon you have been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me at my lab in Sandgem Town. And now, we'll be on our way.
Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry, please let me pass.
Wow, I got rejected. I didn't even get to say a word to her. Oh, man. Just like real life, I keep striking out.
How do you like that? Professor Rowan's really nice. On TV, he seems so stern and scary.
Hey, Mikey, we both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this?
Sure.
I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. Mikey, I challenge you to a battle. Alright, Mark and the N-Man square off, and he uses Piplup first. Obviously, his only Pokemon.
Ooh, I got a female starter! Ooh, yay! I haven't had one.
Have I? Well, we had Dan Green. We had... No, we didn't. We had Dan Green, we had Koopa, we had Bulbabutt, we had Chocobo, we had Groot. We seriously never had a female starter Pokemon. We are really breaking new ground here. Alright, Chimchar. Nice. Oh man, you are just utilizing those stats buffs you get monstrously. Come on, Chimchar. Show him who's boss! My lovely little girl. I'm so proud of you. I don't know why. I'm just so happy I got a female starter Pokemon. You really gonna friggin' nail and chalkboard this, aren't you, Mark? Oh well. And Chimchar.
Yay, she levels up.
Oh, my good girl. My good girl. What are you saying? You're saying I lost? You did, Mark. You did. It's okay, though. It's okay. Whew, let's go home. I'm beat after that battle. My Pokemon needs rest, too. See you, Mikey. Did I not tell my mom that I have a Pokemon? I'm just gonna walk over to her. What's the matter, dear? Wow, that's what happened to you? You and Mark are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you. Yeah, I'm sure the beaver and the bird would have done a lot of bad things to us. Wow, that did not turn out right. Alright, never mind. Mikey, go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is in Sandgem Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Oh, I know. Mikey, put these on. And we got the running shoes! Yay! Going to Sandgem Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can get to faraway places much faster. Okay, let me read the instructions. Blah, 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 blah. We know, we know. Well, isn't that just nifty? And I can actually run in houses! So much better than Gen 3. Well, before I go into anything else, I may as well look at Azula. That's what her name is going to be. You guys should have seen that coming when I wanted to name the monkey thing we got in Black Azula when it wasn't a girl, but oh well. Alright, let's see them stats. Whew, not bad at all. Just exactly what I expected from my Chimchar. Good job, Azula. And yes, that is her name. You're going to deal with it. So, we have ourselves our starter Pokemon, and we began our journey here in the Sinnoh region. I think it's a good place as any to wrap up. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm NintendoMan64. Join me next time when we continue our journey through the Sinnoh region and go meet up with Professor Rowan, who might have some useful tips for us. Until then, sayonara.